All right, ghouls and goblins, we are on the air and live.
Ree,
Okay.
could you please tell us who is the problem child and what happened last time?
You're the dad. I don't know what who the problem child is.
I don't have any favorites, so
Yeah, bullshit. Did anybody raise your hand if anybody else got a bone golem last season, if you will? No? Okay, great.
That's
campaign.
Hey, I believe you're the one who turned around and gave that same bone golem to your own player.
Yeah, because she is my favorite, and I can admit that. Because she is, again, my best friend and my business partner, and my favorite D&D player. I don't have to tell you. Okay, so last session, we, what did we do? Oh, yeah, sorry, thank you. We finished killing the Void Dragon, and then kind of as suspected, but none of us really thought about how killing a Void Dragon would probably affect our surroundings. The Void Dragon then exploded and sucked us all into essentially the void, fun times. And then we all got spit back out into our own realities, where we all became epic level champions of some kind, whether it be through your own power, through a deity, or what have you. We all kind of met back up into a place that we had never been before. Never even really heard of, if we remember correctly. Like maybe we had heard whisperings of it or what have you. That was, we were kind of yelled at by, what was she? Was she not a fawn?
A minotaur.
Satyr. Oh.
What?
She was a satyr, wasn't she? I thought she was a satyr. The lady
Are you talking about this lady?
Oh. Okay, yep, she's a minotaur. I don't know why I thought she was a satyr. My brain, I thought I like heard fuzzy legs and horns, and I just thought satyr. So she's a minotaur, and she found us in the forest, and she's like, "What the fuck y'all doing down here?" And we're like, super great question. We're not really sure." And she's like, "Well, let's get you back up to where it's safe, because you're like gonna die here, to the plateau." And then we get to the gates. Bhranti charms the other guard of Theraphor, which is the city. And we get to go in, and he's like, "Yeah, if we need your help, we'll let you know." Oh, he wasn't a minotaur. That's right. He was a fucking God, Rhiannon. My memory is goo. Apparently, he was a dragonborn. He's like, "Okay, well, thank you, for for offering your help. I think we had it handled, but why don't you go into town and get a place to stay?" And we ended up at the tavern, the Thorn and Tonic Tavern, and that's when we realized that we're really like super broke. Fun fact.
Most
everything
of you.
here. Yes. Well, I do have some money, but like I don't know. Like the money here is vastly different than our plane. Well, I guess not vastly different. It's the same tiered system. It's just tiered a whole level up. So
Inflation, baby.
yeah, inflation. Jesse,
It's like a
really
high
just,
level, high paying job in Kansas, and then you go vacation in New York.
yeah. Jesse's basically like, "Oh, is inflation in the real life making you sad? How about in your fantasy game too, sluts?" So yeah, here we are suffering. And I feel like this, honestly, just side note, I feel like this is a segue into Jesse finding a way to give our D&D characters financial advice, and I'm not sure I'm here for it. So we have a free beverage from a green bottle, Marlowe. We have a free beverage from Marlowe, and are able to have a beverage as we're figuring out what the heck is going on. He says, "Hey, I actually could use some help. A lot of people are talking about stuff that's just like getting stolen off their person, and they're not realizing it until they're gone, and blah blah blah." And he's like, "Also, there are some rats in my cellar that would be super great if you could take care of them." And of course, they are rats of unusual size. They are massive mutated rats that we start slicing through. They're real gross. Their bites are kind of gross, a little painful, but we are able to vanquish the majority of them. And then I realized that there is a opening that goes deep down into the center of the plateau itself, and we come across like oozes and more mutated rats. And there were also whisperings of giants from the rats that we spoke to dead, right? Speak to the dead with, so we could figure out. And apparently, there's like a giant creature of some kind that lives underneath the plateau. So there's that, and the deeper we get in, the more interesting things we seem to find. And I think the last we left off, Diov and I were mage handing the diamonds from underneath the ooze up so we could gather it.
And you guys were heading.
Gelatinous cube, I guess. Same difference.
Did you mention the historical glyphs?
Oh, I did not. Sorry. There was a bunch of glyphs that I believe between Diov, I, and Muad, we were kind of able to piece together stories, Diov especially, stories about how this under the or this inside the plateau kind of used to be a safe haven that people used to hide from the things in the forest, and it just slowly stopped getting used over time.
And on top of that, there was a map that you guys could follow of the different sections of the tunnels, and you guys decided if you're going to take care of the rats, most likely they are in a place where there is a lot of water, so you're going to head to the underground lake. You headed down this passageway to toward them, and that is where you're heading. There's another path, a fork in the road, if you will, where it leads even further down the plateau, potentially leading to the outside of the jungle. But you have yet to go down that path.
Yeah, we kind of were like, okay, well, let's get paid for clearing out all the rats, and then we can go down and figure some more stuff out later.
Mm-hmm. And so,
also, one of us almost got swallowed, I believe, or did get swallowed by a gelatinous cube.
I wonder who that could have been.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's almost like it haunts you.
It's almost like Brad has a vor fetish.
Half the time, it's not even my fault. I'm just like, ooh, I get a sippy of the water, and then I get eaten.
But
I don't know.
I'm gonna need you to share your search history.
Before we continue any further, Kaelor, you've upgraded everything. Did you also upgrade your health to level 21 health?
Yes, I did.
And what is your max HP now?
Mine max HP is 1 second.
Oh, and we were so graciously gifted a long rest at the tavern.
Begrudgingly. Might we add.
It is 146 now.
Woo! Jesse, by the way, I forgot to recalculate with my new what's it called? My new Constitution score, so I'm 203 now for my HP.
All right, you're staying at 119 though.
Yeah, that's fine. I just needed you to change my max.
What was it? Sorry, one more time.
203.
All right, there you go. So, Kaelor, when the Void Dragon exploded, you were sent to a demi-plane or some other place of existence where you learned over the course of either days, months, years, how to become even more powerful. Do you have that story ready, or a rough estimate of the story?
I do not.
All right. We will get back to you. It is shrouded in shadow, and your memory is also shrouded in shadow, and you don't really recall. You just now feel a lot more powerful, and you are with this group of individuals. You went to the tavern. You hung out at the tavern while they went down below to get some rats killed. They were taking a very long time, and you're like, maybe I should go investigate. And you decided to head down there, and you found that they were not in the cellar. There was a hole in the wall. You followed it through. You listened for the sounds of gargling on gelatinous cube ooze, and that's when you found Muad and everyone else. And Spider said she's going to go back to the tavern and just like tell them how's it going, and that you guys will be a little bit longer. And she's also going to keep an eye out for any thieves that might be thieving in the tavern. So she's going to go off for now. All right. And without further ado, you guys are in this moist room filled with moss and bubbling liquids all around. The gelatinous cubes came out. I believe you also killed another thing of gelatinous cubes through like cantrips and stuff. They were pretty slow. And yeah, you guys are headed towards that direction. Do you say anything or do anything for Kaelor?
Hello, friend. How many diamonds did we find? Or we wrote that down, right? We got that stuff earlier. Never mind.
I have that somewhere. Yes, I can look it up.
Oh yeah, okay. Welcome.
Glad to see you made it down yourself.
Yeah. How have y'all been with the rat?
They are quite large.
I can see that.
I love the fact that like Kaelor is the only person in our group that doesn't really know anybody. Like the rest of us have connections elsewhere, but Kaelor's like, hi friends.
All right. Well, and we are, if I remember correctly, we're headed towards the river, correct? Which is where
Indeed,
the rest of the rats are supposed to be.
Where you assumed they were.
Right, yeah.
All right. You guys continue to head down the passageway until you get to a section that continues to be really wet and moist in areas. Excuse me, but you hear the sound of rushing water. I'm going to move you to here. You all come to this wide open cavern where what you see, and I have a picture for you. Where is it? There we go. And you see remnants of old humanoid life, boats, ropes, fishing gear, nets, etc., just littered about this cavern, obviously very much decayed, rotted, not usable in any way, shape, or form. But these things are all around, and you can see them within this lake / slow-moving water that seems to be heading downward. You notice there's definitely movement within the water itself. It's a little murky, so you can only see the movement at the top of the water. But otherwise, this is what you see initially.
I'll cast Detect Magic.
All right, you have Detect Magic up. That is 30 feet, yeah?
Correct, yeah. So as we're walking. And especially like looking out onto the water as we're walking along.
All right. Give me a perception check as you look upon the water.
Good start. Any way I could make that a history check? No, I'm just kidding. All right, perception. Oops, sorry about the second one.
Yeah, you see ripples here and there, small fish. Some of the larger fish might be at most a foot long, but it's mostly smaller, tiny little minnow fish that you are able to really see at the moment. You do pick up something magical, very lesser magical kind of thing, over by a bunch of fishing gear and like broken boats on the side of the lake. If you'd like to investigate, let me know.
Oh yeah, I'll turn to the party and say, "There, I'm picking up a glow of something over there. It doesn't seem to be extraordinarily magical, but perhaps worth a look." I will. Could I just do like an investigation on like the wreckage while we're all looking around?
Of course.
Investigation or perception?
As Diov looks around the wreckage, just looks like fishing gear right now. You do find tracks that it looks. Give me a nature check. They look like it's six-legged creatures, moving like a four-legged creature, like feet in front of the other. Same with Bhranti. You can do a nature check to try and figure out what the heck kind of creature this might be. Diov, you are very certain that these six-legged creatures going forward, as well as Bhranti, are crabs. Little tiny crabs, probably no bigger than maybe a foot long at most, but most of them are small.
And they're leading away from the shoreline.
No, yeah, they're all around, like literally
Okay.
scattered all around you, just everywhere.
Well, I couldn't understand why this place was abandoned as the city grew.
First, rats of unusual size. Second, mud crabs. I swear to God, if we can't fast travel, I'm gonna be mad. Oh, did I hurt Jesse's feelings?
Jesse's like, "Oh shit, I totally scrubbed this from Skyrim." I can understand why this place was abandoned as the city grew. You couldn't sustain a population on this level of food.
Yeah, but it's weird that they left this stuff. Like,
I don't
I
even
don't.
know if it's the stuff being left that I find interesting. It's just the complete abandonment of it, period. I mean, there has to be some other use for so much space. The plateau itself can only house so many beings or people. Why not make use of a space like this? It seems odd to just leave it behind. Oh, please, our DM has abandoned us. Is there like a tornado in Kentucky right now?
Oh shit, he is gone.
Okay, internet. Give me a minute. Okay.
Oh look, I found this curious ball full of magic that's going to give us all 7 levels of experience.
Oh, lovely.
Maybe just
Break
break
it.
that open. Oh, there it is, and we're all level 28.
The rest of the session is just us leveling up.
Right,
Oh,
it'll take that long.
Yeah.
Oh look, I also found this bag full of a million trillion diamond coins. A very large bag. Do, 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 do.
Sorry, I'm filing my nails, and I didn't want you guys to have to listen to the drilled, filed nail sounds.
What a
That's
girl.
just ASMR. Fine.
I mean, I did hear Jesse saying that it's like nails on a chalkboard for him when Aaron does it. but I use a drill, so maybe it's less aggravating.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like with a regular nail file, it's just like
Well,
I
it's slow
feel it
and
in the front.
methodical.
I feel it in the front of my teeth.
Yeah.
You can do it, Jesse.
Yes. Oh, he can't hear us. I don't know.
Discord's being a bitch, apparently.
Rip around. Eh?
Can you hear me?
Hey, there you
All right.
Got one.
I was like, my internet's fine. What the hell is going on? It was Discord. Discord's a little bitch.
All right, so I found the magical orb that gave us all 7 levels. So we found that and the bag full of 1,000,000 trillion diamond coins. Is there anything else we wanted to do, John?
So, as you go in to investigate the section of the tackle equipment and fishing equipment, you actually rolled high enough. Yeah, I think you would have rolled high enough. There are a lot of crabs as you reach in, and they begin pincing, piercing, etc. But you are quick enough, and you do not get pinched. Luckily enough. But you pull out the magical item, and it is fishing gear. Literally a fishing rod.
Magical fishing rod.
Mm-hmm.
Oh joy, we can retire in peace. I'm just gonna hand it off to Bhranti.
And if I like, play
Cleric?
around with it, see what the magic is.
Yeah, I'll
Just
hand
like-
it to Muad.
See if it's like a cast better real or something.
All right. Do you cast it?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
The metal
Roll a
man
survival
fish.
check.
Ooh. Ooh.
You
Yeah.
have advantage on all fishing checks using this equipment on survival checks. And as you reel it in, it actually makes the lure at the end of the rod like move like a fish. It legitimately looks like a fish is swimming in the water as you reel it in. Not one of those like fake lures that kind of like bob around. I'm talking like this looks like a fucking real fish. And as you are reeling it in,
Fish.
you see something come out of the water, snap up your lure, and it goes under the water with the lure and is starting to pull. Everyone roll initiative.
I'm an ice breathing plesiosaur, Charlie. When you speak in the high falsetto, Rhiannon, the for some reason the mic doesn't want to catch what you say.
It really doesn't.
Oh, really? That's so
Yeah.
odd.
It always cuts it out.
That feels incredibly sexist.
Oh!
I mean, the plesiosaur did surprise us, so I'm not surprised that it's going to roll very well.
I cannot be surprised.
That's right. So,
That's-
Bhranti still going first. Bhranti, you see Muad with his lure. You see this very large, it's got to be at least a ton.
I'm assuming Muad would probably be closer to the cliff
I can
face,
run.
yes?
I can
Yeah,
move.
he'd be like right there.
Oh, okay.
I can move my walking speed. When we roll it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Are you
He
letting
gives
go
it
of
some
the...
line.
Yeah. I still want this fishing rod, but I want to back the hell.
But not that. Okay. Let me see. Do I have a plesiosaur? I was like, do I have
Bhranti, you're gonna help him, or you're just gonna be like, come on, reel that bitch in?
Yeah, I was gonna see if I have like a spell to like freedom, like a freedom of movement, but the opposite to like keep him holding on to the pole as strong as possible. But I think instead I will. I am going to wrap my arms around Wadib and grab onto the pole with him.
Oh.
So, like right behind him. Just
Help action.
yeah, I'm gonna help and try and help reel this thing in. Fishing lingo is not my thing. Sorry, friends.
All
So
right.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for my action.
This plesiosaur is going to swim downward and try to drag you or rip this thing away from you. The line does not seem breakable, even though a 1-ton fish is currently on it. Dinosaur, if you will. So it's going to do athletics check. This is a +8, and it's contested against Muad's, so you got to get beaten 18, Muad'Dib. You have advantage because of Bhranti.
Advantage, yeah.
Strength save or just an apple?
I'll allow either one. I think athletics makes sense, though.
Both are terrible.
Muad'Dib,
-1.
You are
No, it's
either
a 3.
you are either letting go of this fishing rod, or you are holding on tight, and you and Bhranti are going for a ride.
Ride it up, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I want this fishing rod.
I know you do, you fucking weirdo. You're never
All right,
gonna
5, 10, 15,
ride
20,
again,
25,
but let's
30.
do it.
You guys get dragged into the beginnings of the icy cold water. Definitely going to take at least a d6 of like drag damage as you hit like rock after rock, and you are now
That's right.
in the water itself. Diov, you do not see. I should mention the plesiosaur is down below the water. You do not see it. The water is opaque, but it is deep down under the water now.
Just imagine Diov being like, Jesus Christ, guys. Really?
All right.
Over a lesser magical fishing rod.
So I cannot see this thing at all.
It is opaque. Yeah, the water is opaque, so no.
Cool. Good job, guys. I had a perfect plan. All right. The best laid plans of mice and men. We are going to go ahead and... Gosh, should I just mass suggest them to drop the fucking... My goodness.
Would solve a lot of things.
Right? Fuck it. I'm just going to cast True Seeing on myself.
Wow.
I think that's the best course of action here. Yeah.
Concentration. Got it.
Yeah, so I can see out to a range of 120 feet with True Sight, so I'm just gonna run along the edge, I guess.
All right, sounds good. Kaelor. Diov, I should mention, they're not that big of a deal. Like, they're actually really tiny. These are not representative of their size. But there's a bunch of little white crabs just kind of like chilling around that you're like trying to dodge as they're trying to pinch you. All right, Kaelor,
Wait,
it is your turn.
All right. Gonna hang out over here, and I'm gonna start blasting some crabs, starting with the one closest.
They don't seem to be that threatening.
They're 1 HP
like,
bitches.
Yeah, they're like 1 HP. They might pinch you for 1 HP, but they're not they're not like gonna do much harm.
And in that case, Dino Sharkosaurus is getting the up.
You cannot see Dino Sharkosaurus.
I cannot
They're
see Dino Sharkosaurus.
under the water in the opaque water. So unless you have something that allows for something that you can't see, then go for it.
I'm gonna put mage armor on my squishy ass.
Well, what about the rest of you?
I'll protect it with my ass. I'll go ass first.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Muad'Dib, you are in the cold, cold water with Bhranti. What are you doing?
How far away from shore am I, and does Bhranti count as worn equipment?
Does Bhranti count as what?
Worn equipment.
Yeah, she would actually give you advantage. Well, you already did your help action. So as you move, she'd move too as like a kind of a free action I'd allow. If you were able to move.
Yeah. Misty step back on shore.
Are you leaving the thing?
I can let line out.
Can you though?
Yes.
It's magic, Jesse.
Yeah.
All right. In a fantasy world, I'd say a 50 or higher. I'll allow this to happen.
No.
The dice would be like, fuck no, it doesn't make any sense.
Because like the line is attached somewhere, and you're moving that line. It's like you're detaching the line. It's magical. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to the Misty Step. You have to move it the old-fashioned way.
So I can't see the shark. Do I get a sense of where the line is going and make a wild guess?
If you reel
Yeah,
yourself in, you'll see it. You'll be closer to him. You can see.
It seems like it's heading downstream, deep into the water,
Yeah.
like this direction.
Hang on. Why can I not find it? Yes. I have to see. Oh. God, everything is C. I can't just willy-nilly.
You can
All right.
you can survival check to try and reel that bad boy in, or athletics to also reel it in. I'll allow either one of those.
You have advantage on survival.
And you would have advantage on survival checks.
Yeah, I can do that.
He pulls real hard,
5 feet.
and this bad boy is not budging.
I would argue it's more pulling us toward him at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Anything else, Muad''Dib?
I mean, you yourself are a lure with your golden skin ring.
Yeah. No, that's it. He's starting to realize this might have been a foolish endeavor.
All right, Bhranti.
Bhranti is telepathically, slightly, not berating, but kind of making fun of Muad''Dib for being a solid metal creature that is so weak. But she is going to... Let's see, I should just pull us both out of here real fast. Well, what's the best way I can do that?
You need to sovereign glue a immovable rod to the bottom of that fishing rod.
Yeah. I will.
Water
yeah,
walk and ski.
I don't have those. I'm not a druid.
Amazing.
I'm not a druid. I will. Do you remember how I said freedom of movement? I guess I will do that.
Hey, there we go.
I will freedom of movement. Fucking Muad''Dib. I will freedom of movement him, and he will be free from things such as manacles or a creature that has it grappled. so he can just let go of the fucking pole, basically.
I think
He
you
always
can.
could let go of it. Yeah.
He can
Right,
swim
right.
swim
But
at
this-
walking speed too.
Yeah, so it makes it easier for him to swim.
I see. Got it.
Yeah. And I will whisper in his head, and I say, "Let it go, bud. We'll get you another shiny fishing pole."
Is that concentration, by the way?
Easy. No,
Lodge,
it
what
lasts
were
for
you
1
saying?
hour.
I have to wait till my turn to drop the fishing pole. I can't just drop it.
I think
Kind of
you
an
can.
incidental, actually.
Yeah, I think you can drop it whenever, but you have to wait for your turn to move. So yeah.
Okay. My magic fishing rod.
Well, no, he does have actually an automatic. He can spend 5 feet of movement.
Oh, you get 5 feet of movement.
So
5 feet of movement back toward shore with backpack Bhranti.
All right. I'm gonna say Bhranti is staying where she is. You're just
That's
gonna like
fine.
kind of move right there. You're mostly on shore. You're like foot in, foot out, whatever. All right. Anything else, Bhranti?
no.
All right. Plesiosaur swims. And it seems to be gone. But you know what isn't gone?
The other plesiosaur.
The bioluminescent piranha that you attracted with your shiny red golden ass. And these bad boys are going to bite, munch.
Like my shiny metal ass.
Yep, Pact tactics. These are +9, so 18 against Bhranti or a 27 against Bhranti.
The 27 will hit.
6 plus 5 is 11 points of damage. And then here we go for Muad. What was that? 21 against Muad.
Yeah.
+5 is another 11 points of damage to Muad as these bioluminescent piranha munch. Diov.
Well, I think Diov still thinks the plan is to hook this monster.
Uh-oh. You're still detecting that rod, and you can follow it.
Can
and
I
you know
s-
about 30
can-
feet ahead of it is the fish.
Can I see the fish with my true sight through the water?
Yes.
How far away is it?
30 feet down. 20 feet down. It's probably 20 feet.
Cool. Can I have it make a con save, please?
+5. 15. Fail.
That's a fail. You magically twist space around another creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a con save, or the target is teleported to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. I'm dropping him up here.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Jesus.
Actually, no. Sorry, Jesse. Just for dramatic effect, see this stalagmite right
I
here?
knew you were going to
Yeah.
say that.
30 feet above that. Shish kebab.
Shish kebabbed.
And then as I smile, I turn and I see that they're being eaten by piranhas. Like, oh shit! That's my turn. I was action and move.
Kaelor.
Oh god. The piranhas. I hope the piranhas are a little bit squishy. We're gonna try to double blast some piranhas. Bottom piranhas. Eat some fire. Oh wait, nope, wrong. There we go.
Yeah, 25 will absolutely hit.
All right.
And 23 points of damage. You definitely kill that one.
And for the second cantrip from my bracers, one above it.
Definitely hits. Oh yeah, definitely gone. Anything else?
That is it.
Muad'Dib.
Deep. I need a con save from the last piranha.
No.
Poison spray.
Immune to poison.
I swear to
Is
God.
not immune to poison. All right. Anything else, Muad?
I killed it.
You killed it.
Sweet. I get temp HP. That is it.
All right, Bhranti.
I will. I'll just move. I'll swim back up to the shore, realizing that the piranhas around us have been taken care of. And then, as my head kind of breaches the water, I take a breath and I see a giant fucking plesiosaur stabbed onto a stalagmite, and think to myself, "What the fuck just happened?"
Anything
I
else?
caught a fish.
You sure did. Very impressive. Impressive. No, I think that's all I'm gonna. That's all Bhranti can do. You know.
Muad'Dib, take 11 plus 9, so 20 plus another 11, 31 points of damage from
More
3
piranha.
more things of piranhas.
I didn't. Oh, did the piranha out of nowhere, or did I see? I wouldn't have seen them. I'm assuming.
On their turn, they swam up from around 30 feet away
Because
because he wasn't out of the
Get
water
out of the
yet.
water.
It's fucking move.
On your turn, Muad'Dib, you step out, you squash them. We don't even have to do it. How do you all handle these piranhas? I just wanted to get that last one in.
Yeah, you did. Just cantrip blast them to pieces.
Yeah.
Now that I'm seeing the size of this thing, looking back at the abandoned fishing boats and stuff, do they look like more like whaling boats, or maybe these things came afterward?
Yeah, they definitely look like they fished for. There were you see spears as well, large
Okay.
spears. So nets for small things, spears for big things. Yeah, they got the whole shit and shebang.
This place sucks. These are the kind of fish you have to go after for survival. I can see why they left.
I mean, I definitely could see that quite a few of them would have been taken out. That tracks.
But it is also, beasts of this size can feed a numerous amount of people. And not only that, but have bits and parts of them that are good for, industry as well as spellcrafting. I mean, it is an interesting proposition.
Yeah, I
Hey.
mean, just a quick question. When we
Yes.
were like looking over the menu and such at the thistle and thorn or what have you, did there seem to be like a lot of fish on the menu?
No, most of it actually was vegetarian, vegetables and fruits and things of that nature.
It's just odd to me that they would abandon a wealth of protein. There seem to be plenty of capable hunters and lots of magical beings up there. It's just again shocking. Unless it's a moral thing as opposed to a scarcity thing.
Could also be that whatever else is down here scared them away.
Also fair.
At this point, Kaelor, and only Kaelor, you hear,
Uh-oh.
"Hey, so what's a bunch of two legs coming down here for?" You hear it coming behind
Apparently.
you.
Joe Pesci?
What do you say, Kaelor?
Oh, rats been fishing.
Rats and fishing. Wonderful. Maybe you can do us a favor.
No offense, friend, but I just met you. What's and you're already asking for a favor.
Oh, it's one of those I scratch your back, you scratch mine, or lick mine, whatever you want to do. I might become a princess. You never know. You look down and you see 3 little frogs No bigger than like your fist for each of them. So I got the information, and you got the capabilities as throwing them fireball things. What do you say we strike up a deal?
What kind of information do you got? And where are you wanting these fireballs going?
I got all the informations down here. We don't really get many of your type up here, but I'm sure you are interested in finding some magical secrets and maybe some entrances to the outside, things of like that. It's been a while since I've seen your kind here.
I know I'm not hearing this conversation. This is Rhiannon. I really honestly feel like we're in New Jersey and the plateau is New York City. It's like
Alright.
So
Kaelor is thinking back in his head, and he's like, before I wouldn't trust something like this. But seeing as the whole kerfuffle I recently went into that my brain was all fuzzy about a moment ago, I think back to when I got pulled into the edges of the void, and I wandered around trying to not have my soul eaten. It was a horrific time. And then I managed to make some friends with some void fae after they pulled a prank on me. But I managed to talk them into liking the weird dark humie, and eventually I got to schmoozing with their void lord, and I eventually talked my way into him making an opening for me.
all right.
Along the way, picking up a few bits about shadow magic from, the void.
I could have sworn you just said Chado magic, like Chad magic. But
I mean, it is Chad magic.
This one's called Open the Brewski.
oh my god.
So, got any questions? We'll give you a little tip for free if you want something like that.
Sure. What's with the shark boy?
What, the plesiosaur?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all around. We got plenty of them.
What about any more rods like that? You got any more rods like that?
Oh, there's plenty, but as soon as you start to scuttle on them, they begin to break down. The one that you had was a pretty nice one that I liked rubbing my back on every here and there, but you lost it. And I ain't going back down there to go get it.
Isn't it still attached to the plesiosaur?
One more time?
Isn't it still attached to the plesiosaur?
Indeed it is, unless the plesiosaur spits out the lure.
You mean death caused out the lure?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot that the plesiosaur has been struck by a stalagmite. It is in the mouth, and you can pull it up.
At that moment, there's just a comedically timed death cough, and it pops out of the mouth.
You now have the fishing gear ready to go.
I hand it to him. I shove it at Nod's chest to be like, I have told you once, and I have told you 1,000 times, your curiosity will get you killed.
He dipped out for that. He did not hear it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
He ignores you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Discord.
Did your Discord? Yeah, I was gonna say, did your Discord kick you too?
I think Discord's fucky today.
Well, how about you friendly frogs? How about I got one more question, and then you can let me know how I can help you out.
At this point, you guys would probably notice Kaelor talking.
Kaelor, are you one with the animals? Do you speak to frogs often?
Well, but I speak to creatures in the dark often.
Okay. I mentally tell everybody but Kaelor, are we sure we want him in our party?
Now. How do you charismatic little frogs learn to talk?
And I don't know. I think I learned it from your cousin Vinny, and he learned it from Tony, and he learned it from his Tony, and he learned it from. It just kind of goes on and on.
He learned it from his auntie Maria.
I'm gonna insight this.
Sure.
It's a genetic mutation.
Frogs?
Something seems a little off. Like it's truthful, probably, but maybe there's something else they're not saying.
Fully divulging.
By the way, it's truthful probably never gets me off the hook with Rhiannon.
Sure doesn't.
Okay, so where do you want these fireballs? Or
Why are you offering killing magic to frog?
they got
I mean,
information.
And you believe that frogs have information that we would want?
Maybe. I mean, do you know how anything works down here?
Hello, small friends. Salutations.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, ooh, ah. This is actually my voice for Kaelor whenever I played him and Dan was gone.
That's true.
That was Jabroki.
Oh, it was. Hey, I'm Jabroki. Oh.
So I want you to guide them fire bolts over theirs. You see that cavern over theirs? There's a creature that dispenses a type of cheese, and it kind of lives over in that cave. Now this cheese, it's damn delicious, and I really, really, really would like it for me and my friends here.
Kind of cheese.
What do you mean, what kind of cheese?
I mean, do you
So
mean
we
like
know a brie, an American, spreadable cheese, melted cheese, shredded cheese.
Dick.
gooey cheese, hard cheese, yellow cheese, white cheese, black cheese, blue cheese?
It's really, really stinky, if you will, like Limburger.
I love a
check
good
these
stinky
frogs.
cheese.
Like, why did the frogs want cheese?
You're making an insight on ribbits. They're not actually speaking to us.
They are actually speaking to you, by the way.
Oh,
Like, it's
okay.
not rivets. It's not like Speak with Animals. Bhranti, what are you inciting?
Oh, the frogs. Just their general demeanor seems a little shady.
It seems like they are trying to get you to do the hard stuff, and then give you information. That seems truthful enough, but they're definitely like not telling you the hard part.
What's the hard part, boys? The creature. What kind of creature is it? I've never heard of a cave-dwelling creature that creates cheese.
Unless you count
Well-
the cow bat.
Well, you see that cavern over there? Those are glowworms. You don't want to be touched by them. They don't really feel good. But they secrete something way in the deeper parts of the cave, and it kind of comes out in the form of a dairy product, and we call it the cheese. And that's what we're looking for. And of course, we might give you some of the cheese for a sample as well.
Eating their shit.
Is this what gives you the ability to speak common? So, well,
I mean, is this when was the last time you guys had some couple months
I went to
ago?
Harvard.
Unless we stopped speaking a couple months ago, I don't know. I don't think so.
well, I'm. If everyone desires to help our new frog friends, I don't see the necessary harm in it. I will caution us all that I do not think our amphibian friends are being 100% honest with us. But
What?
Hey, whoa!
Information about this place would be handy.
Honestly, we just need to know where the bloody rats have gone, and we can take care of us and get the hell out of here.
I mean, we can help with the rat problem, too. They've been a problem for us as well. But you go get the cheese, and we give you any information you need.
Yeah.
Wait. Are we just blasting the glowworms to make them drop the cheese, and then you're getting the cheese, or are we going and getting the cheese?
You're going to get the cheese. How you handle the glowworms is totally up to you. But maybe don't kill them. We kind of need them to keep producing the cheese. But incapacitation is definitely in the order.
Would it be like a nature check to kind of suss out these glowworms?
Absolutely.
Because I'm assuming they are not something we've ever seen before.
They are not.
I didn't know worms produce cheese.
They don't. It's fucking fancy.
Is this normal?
No, it's not normal. My friend
Well, I
Morgan
mean,
would
like-
be yelling at me.
He's-
I was talking about like in the Forgotten Realms. Are there like cheese producing worms there too?
No,
Or
this is an original of Jesse's.
Cheese worms. I am
As
kind
for
of hungry.
that 21, you would know that these glowworms, they dip down in movement. They give off bioluminescence, and whenever something breaks that light, they dip down to touch it. And normally they pick up small critters, crabs, frogs, etc., and can like pull them up, and then they slowly digest them in the air while they're incapacitated. They're usually stunning the creature as well as slowly acidifying them to death.
So
in the air.
the cheese is made out of the creatures that they kill, which arguably has been frogs, which means it's frog cheese, insect cheese,
Unless
crab cheese.
I'm mistaken, they're not talking specifically that it's the cheese is like the guano of the larvae. They say something inside further in is where they're keeping the cheese, unless I'm misunderstanding.
Indeed.
Oh.
That is
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay. Well, then I know somebody who's very good at casting shadows, so we can just get through the glowworms and then perhaps move through.
looks at Kaelor.
always talk to the glowworms.
Yeah. You can try.
Uh,
Hey,
quick
you
question,
Go ahead.
I was just wondering, does that make sense, or would it be the opposite? Would we need like the entire hallway to be covered in light, or all of it covered in shadow?
I heard that they come down to grab things when they see light.
So they give off bioluminescence. Whenever
Right.
that light has been, whenever there's a refraction, however you want to say it, whenever that light has been interrupted, they dip down. They move. They interact with their environment.
So, wait. How do they? From what we understand, how do they see?
They give off light, and then they
Okay.
sense whenever that light has been triggered, or something moves around within that light, casting shadows or anything like that. Then they
Like
dip down.
radar, but with
Motion sensing. Motion sensing's better.
Yeah, I was gonna say more like a tremor sense. It's also kind of giving me like Venus flytrap, right? Like they stay open until a fly touches their little trap thing.
Sure. So,
Well-
you doing this?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
It sounds fun anyway.
Bhranti, if this is your idea of fun.
Well, I mean, think of the new discoveries, Diov. New plants, new creatures that perhaps you can use in your experiment.
Oh yes, that cheese experiment I've been putting off. Alright, let's go.
You know, I thought with age you would get less surly. Perhaps not.
Well, you know, Bhranti, what they say about assumptions. When you make an assumption, you can get people killed.
Be quiet, or I will push you into the glowworms. And then we'll all be having Diov cheese.
Well, if you want a Diov cheese, you just had to ask.
Ew.
I don't think I want that cheese. Fairly
So,
certain.
Bhranti writes in a notebook that is like comically written on the side that says things I'm telling Katarina. He says that to me.
nasty. So you guys get to the entrance of this cavern where you see all these dangling glowworms hanging from the ceiling, not moving, and you see in the back, way back of the cave, probably at most 90 feet, there is a section where you see a small mound of what looks to be a white substance that looks spongy. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna
Okay.
cast Speak with Animals. Try and talk to the glowworms.
They technically are a eukaryote, so yes, they are an animal.
Okay, college.
They technically are a eukaryote.
So, what do you say?
We are fucking with you. We love you.
No, I know.
Hey, I know you guys normally like to eat stuff that comes through here, but we're all made of metal. So you can't really eat us, but it would be really annoying for both us and you if, you were to try to eat us.
So could we just like pass through?
Yeah,
real
so
fast?
just let us go by, I guess.
Metal ions.
Hmm?
Ions are needed for DNA replication as well as metabolism.
Fireball!
You can use them.
Can I make like a persuasion check?
Sure, I'll allow persuasion.
You.
Oh my god. Oh.
No. Adding a plus 10 to that.
A 27? With what?
Well, no, it's D10. Dark One's own luck. I just could roll a D10 and add that.
Nice. Good average.
22.
Guys, hey, how about you let this guy go? And you see all the glowworms begin to recede as if a cold breeze has wafted through the cavern, and they all begin to scrunch up to the top of the ceiling as if they are not going to dip down.
Nice. I will embiggen myself and use my body as like an umbrella.
Okay. You embiggen yourself and continue down the passageway. As you get to the end of the passageway, moving through all the glowworms, they don't seem to move or care about anything, but they continue on nonetheless. And,
Same glowworms, same.
With that, you guys get to the end and you find a mound full of cheese, but you also see something else that is glowing at the end of the cavern. It looks to be a doll of some sort that is not moving, but it's very lifelike. At first you thought it was a creature, but then you see it is a lifelike frog dragon doll.
Hey.
Aura of magic? Can you see that with your sight? I don't know. But
I have detect magic at will.
So yeah, aura of magic. Let me see if I can figure out what kind it would be. Definitely, what's the light cantrip? Whatever that is. Illusion.
Sure. Okay.
As well as, oh, I'm so excuse me. Sorry, guys. Drinking a beer. As well as, what's the new thing for healing spells? I would call that
Restoration.
Restoration. Yes, restoration.
evocation and restoration.
Is restoration? I think isn't it abjuration?
You
I
said
don't
a
think there
new
is
thing,
restoration.
so I don't know anything about a new thing. I just
It's
threw out a
one D&D. I don't think restoration is a thing in D&D, but I think that's Skyrim. But I think it's abjuration. Regardless, it's healing magics of some sort.
I'll point it out and say, I don't generally like to touch things I don't understand, but that right there is giving off 2 different types of magics. Doesn't seem dangerous. I'll drop detect magic if I don't see anything else, and I'll cast Mage Hand and sort of just lift it up out of the cheese.
All right. Pull it towards you. It's small. It's a small doll-like creature or doll-like thing, but it has cute little wings, cute little eyes, and looks like a frog, dragon.
Oh my god! It's a fraggin?
A dragon.
Oh, Lord. Alright, care to identify this, anyone? Or should we just toss it in a bag and move on?
Oh, the cheese or the fraggin?
The fraggin. I can't believe you just made me say that.
Wait. Are you sure this isn't a void fragging? Because I really don't want to go back to the void.
I will absolutely cast Identify on the fraggin.
As you cast Identify on it, you are able to determine that the eyes are like flashlights that can be turned on or off, like a bullet light. And you would know that licking it gets rid of diseases, as well as...
See, that never works for me either, Jen.
as well as 30 HP of epic disease. And Erin is saying she needs my help. I assume something about wedding planning. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. Isn't Aaron or aren't they already married?
Maybe they're planning somebody else's.
Oh, what a lovely, beautiful little thing! Come with me, Fraggin. We will be besties forever.
I'm getting super Stevie vibes from the fraggin.
Getting skeevy vibe?
Yeah, like why is that down here? Next to a pile of cheese.
I don't know. Can I will also did we grab the cheese? Are we wrapping the cheese up?
I would like to do either survival, investigation, nature, something on the cheese once he gets back.
That's fair, to see where the fuck it's coming from, too.
Right.
Because it's just a pile in the middle of the ground. I was like, is it dripping from the ceiling or?
Yep.
I can also taste test it. I'm resistant to poison and immune to disease. You know, find something
That's
out.
fair.
I mean, haven't we all wanted to taste test cave cheese?
Cave cheese made by Jersey worms.
They're frogs.
The worms are the same.
Those worms. They guard the Jersey. They're Jersey worm guards.
Welcome to the Jersey Shore. Taste our cheese.
You know, for some reason I don't want to try it anymore.
Yeah.
Jersey cheese.
We call this one Snooky.
Ugh, Jersey cheese. All right, I'm back. Erin was worried. She didn't know how to end a conversation with a neighbor of ours who is a very, very nice old lady, and she offered to bake the cake for Julian for his Saturday birthday party, but we already put in an order for a cake. And she was like, how do I not damage this relationship? I'm like, just tell her we already ordered it. It's fine.
Okay, so then you did just misspeak. when you left, you were like, she probably has something to talk about wedding plans, and I was like, they're already married. What is
Yeah,
happening?
so wedding plans. So she's in a wedding that is happening in like 2 weeks, and I'm in a wedding that's happening in like 4 weeks. So I thought it had something to do with that. 'Cause she said it was an emergency, but like this is not. Anyway, moving forward, you guys have the cheese and the dragon-like, frog-like dragon doll, the Fragon. And
Thank
what are
you.
you guys doing?
We make a check on the cheese to sort of find out what it is or what's creating it around.
Bhranti, you had done identify, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, you would know that this cheese is there are roughly 6 consumables of these currently of these cheeses, and they are enchanted cave cheese, and it provides epic advantage on your next check after you eat it.
Ooh.
So we keep 5, give 1 to the frogs.
One for each.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Epic
I will.
cave cheese.
I will portion off 5 portions for our group, including Spider, who's not here, but she still deserves cave cheese. I think we should also just convince her to eat it and not explain it all, and just be like, "We found this cave cheese.
Here,
Eat
taste this cheese.
it." And then I will put the rest in like a cheesecloth or a piece of cloth and give it to our frog friends. But before I put it on the ground, I say, "All right, spill the beans, boys."
We don't grow beans down here.
Cut the cheese, boy.
What you mean?
Tell us everything you know about this place. What is all your secrets?
Well, this is, and I have to actually look up what it is. Telesar Lake is what we call it. We got lots of living things down here. We got crabs, plesiosaurs, piranhas. They're a pretty ferocious bunch. We try to keep to ourselves down here. Obviously, the glowworms. We got rats and lots of other things. But recently, to give you some of the gossip, the rats have been restless, and it's been ticking us off. Actually, they apparently could go down to the bottom sections of the caves, but they haven't been going recently. And it's kind of ticking us off because we'll enjoy our peace and quiet, but they've been just causing a muck, trying to recruit armies of other rats to try and take on something. I don't know.
I think we're gonna need a little bit more information before I relinquish this delicious, palatable cheese.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm like, I don't know, isn't going to fly.
Guidance yourself.
Okay, yeah, I guidance myself.
They see a bright light as you guidance yourself with a 21 plus 3. But what are they going to do? They're frogs.
Very persuasive.
Okay, any specific questions?
What's the thing that they are fighting against?
I don't know. Why don't you go ask them? Last I heard, they called it a Grendelcrum. No, it's a Grendelkin. A Grendelkin.
Does that ring any bells in the fiend category?
Roll history or nature. I just got a fly, and that was awesome.
Miyagi.
Yes.
Danielson.
I got it with chopsticks. 26.
Nice.
A Grendelkin is kind of a catch-all for immense, crazy, large, scary beast that kills everything. Giant, scary. It's a catch-all word for. Could it be a fiend? Absolutely. But it's a catch-all word.
Do you know how this thing came about? Bhranti will put half a serving of cheese on the ground after that response.
It only occurred maybe about a month ago, since the rats have been, in a tizzy. I'd say it's been here for about a month.
How big is it?
What do you guys say? At least greater than 3 feet? Yeah, it's definitely greater than 3 feet tall.
Okay. About how many plesiosaurs are we talking? Half a plesiosaur, 2 plesiosaurs, 3 plesiosaurs.
Oh, I mean, we've never seen it. From what I hear from my cousin Eddie, there's not a goddamn fly. From what I hear from my cousin Eddie, it's quite a few plesiosaurs.
And this
That
thing
puts it
is,
at quite a few tons.
does it seem that it is gathering friends, or that it is killing indiscriminately? I
Again.
put more cheese on the ground.
Listen, lady, I got a lot of answers for my immediate surroundings here. If you want more answers, you gotta get them from the rat.
From the rat?
You know, the rat. They got a rat king.
There's a rat king?
Where have you been? Of course there's a rat king.
I've been in the darkness for a long time.
Well, step into the light, my friend. The Rat King likes to hang out just over there, around the bend, and you'll see their cave in there. Doesn't really like a lot of company, though.
Okay. I will keep a portion of the cheese to give to the Rat King, and I will give the frogs the rest.
Okay.
Then, Diov, Rat King time?
I suppose if we can finish one quest while we're down here.
Yes. If we can talk to the Rat King about staying out of the tavern, or at least helping them get back down to where they desire to be.
All right. You guys head over to that side of the cavern that they had just mentioned, and you begin. Do you want to sneak, stealth? Do you announce yourself? How do you do this?
I think stealth to start would be a good idea. Yes? Quietly, friends?
If that's, I mean, I feel if we're trying to gain an audience with some kind of royalty, then we should be, upfront about our intentions. But I do not know the cultures or the ways or means of rat people.
Neither, but maybe you're correct. Okay. We all act like royalty. But also impressed by the Rat King, okay? Something tells me a king of rats is probably quite conceited. We'd like to get through this without having to kill off an entire rat kingdom.
Wait. I have a quick question for our frog friend.
I'm
About
assuming
this
that
rat king.
they're pounding cheese behind us.
So about this rat king. Is this a would their pronouns be singular or plural?
What you know about pronouns?
I mean, I know that like, you ever met one of those strange creatures where there's multiple voices in their heads, or if multiple heads?
Here in Frog America, we only have 2 sets of pronouns.
I don't care about the rat's gender or whatever, or its bits and bobs, except for the bits of it possibly having multiple heads. Like, is this like a rat king that's also like the kind of rat king we got up top in a council and all that, or is this like just one big ass rat?
You do have a good point there. The Rat King occasionally does this kind of like transformation sort of thing, where they turn more humanoid than rat. I don't know, it's some weird thing, but I'm pretty sure his mob will stay the same.
Great.
Okay, well that's good. We're not gonna be talking to a horrific rat king.
So he's like a shifting rat then, like a rat, a were rat.
If that's what you call it, yeah.
Well, that's kind of fun. At least we know then that they will be more reasonable generally, less beast and all. No offense, gents. You've been lovely.
We're not beasts, we're frogs.
Right.
So you guys go off?
Yep. I
Alright, how do you
suppose.
do it?
We will walk assuredly into the way our rat friends told us to, our frog friends told us to go towards the Rat Kingdom, and hope we can request an audience with the Rat King.
Alright. You guys head down that particular part of the cavern, and you first see a group of the larger mutated giant rats kind of scurrying around, standing guard, if you will. Maybe they haven't noticed you yet, but you're about 60 feet away. How are you handling this?
Diplomatically, or well, trying to.
Tell me what you do.
Go ahead, charisma characters.
Hi, friends. We were wondering if we could have time to speak to your king. We have heard of some things of great concern that we wish to perhaps aid in ridding your home of.
As they see you approach, they seem hostile at first, but as you speak, go ahead and give me a persuasion.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Back here. I will guide myself too.
All right.
Just for good measure. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they are rats. How persuaded do they need to be? We've heard about the large evil thing, and we wanted to help.
Rolling low. They seem dumbfounded that you're trying to speak to them, and they get close, very close, up to the point where they're within 5 feet of you and begin sniffing you. How do you react?
I allow them to sniff me. I mean no harm. I know that generally our kind are not friends, and all of that. But if something is going on down here in the plateau, it affects us all, don't you think?
They
As
don't.
they
Yep, go ahead.
as they continue to snip, I just kind of sit there and yeah, I just sit there and take the sniffing. Hopefully that they're like, all right, come on, let's go, human.
They take you by the wrist a little, maybe too forcefully, and begin walking you, Bhranti, toward the cavern. They also keep eyes on the others, you all, Diov, Modib, and Kaelor, and are guiding Bhranti with hands in their hands into the cavern.
But
Bhranti?
could my friends come? But they are also diplomats from above wishing to speak to your king.
They do not respond.
Have Archimedes go fly onto her shoulder.
Okay, I will do my best to maintain my psychic link with them.
I just
Alright.
follow her. Like I'm just gonna walk in.
All right. As you follow, nothing happens. They allow you to follow Modib. As
Okay.
Archimedes is also on the shoulder.
I'll follow as well.
All right, you follow as well.
I'll follow along. These strange new friends of mine in these strange places.
You guys get to a opening in the cavern where there is a lot of junk, lots of wood, lots of pieces of things that have been collected in this area, and you can see all the eyes, the bright yellow eyes of these rats. They are on you. As you approach, you can see an individual kind of talking amongst the rats in a hushed voice, saying things like, "It will only be time when you get to see the light from the sun once again, and you will be able to eat the fruits from the jungle, just like we did once before when you were just a babe. I will not rest until we have figured out a way beyond these caverns. The waters are plentiful here, yes, but the fruits and the feed that we can get and the warmth from the sun of the open plains, that is what we desire." As he noticed you guys walk in, you guys look upon the were-rat Pact Lord.
Yeah. Bhranti offers a warm smile and she says, "It sounds like a lovely future for you all."
You, who are you and what have you brought here?
Sorry, we were tasked with clearing out the tavern above and found an opening from the tavern down here. And then, it found frogs who were talking about a large evil creature and how you were valiantly trying to rid the creature, but you needed help. And that's what we do. We like to help.
You defeated my own kin?
Yes, but with my honesty, yes. But it was unpurposeful. We I thought they were simply a nuisance. We did not realize that they were a full kingdom down here. I
To
would
be
have.
fair, they attacked us first.
That is also true, but it depends from a rat. It was unfair of us to judge them so harshly. Our apologies. We were just simply doing a job, but now we would like to help you if you could take that help.
Roll persuasion. The DC is 18 because he's a little on edge that you admitted to that.
Bhranti doesn't really like to lie. It's not in her being.
How does your spirit feel?
God damn it. That's a 7.
Wait a minute. I see a 20. How did that not roll?
You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration for my makeup look today to reroll that.
Go ahead.
Please. Okay.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off a building.
You see him make clicking sounds like snapping his fingers as what do you call it? As the rats begin to not like charge at you, they're like very slowly inching their way in, trying to close the gap. You come
Bhranti is
here
steadfast, by the way.
admitting
She
to
doesn't
me.
feel.
Yep, go ahead.
I was saying Bhranti is steadfast, and she might feel a little uncomfortable, but she's refusing to show it.
Mm-hmm.
Go
You
ahead.
come here admitting that you killed my own kin. And now, what are you even offering?
Help, really. If we were able to rid the below area of such a massive evil creature, you would be able to return to the forest, which would give you the lives you desire, and it would also fix the problem of the tavern owner who wishes to no longer have rats eating or disrupting his business. It's a win-win for everyone. And for the honesty part, it is simply who I am. Lying to you seems to be fruitless. I have a feeling that you would have sussed me out immediately.
All right, roll a persuasion, DC 20.
Did I have
check.
advantage on that? That was
For
I mean,
who gave you advantage and who helped you? I hear no one else speaking.
that's fair.
Well, because Diov, all Diov would say is what you get out of it is we're not destroying you all, and I have a 0 to intimidation.
Yes!
You think you can take on the Grendelkin? You think that you, puny humans, would be able to take that on? I have grown an army of rats. And even then, I have my doubts.
Yeah, but an army of rats is still just a bunch of rats.
Sorry. Could you be quiet?
Rats.
Why don't you
We
let
did
us
not-
join you?
That's what I was trying to say. We did not come here expecting to just take over your problem for you. That would be insulting. We wanted to assist you, to help you in such endeavors. Like I said, it is mutually beneficial for the people upstairs and for you. I couldn't see.
I do not trust you. But I see your point. You can go ahead to where the Grendelkin lives, where its nest is. But we will stay here and wait for your report. I do not want to be stabbed in the back while waiting, or while attacking the Grendelkin with you.
That is understandable. Okay. It is down below, correct? Yes?
Indeed.
Could you show us on this map?
As you pull out the map, it takes a minute. He's like kind of never interpreted it like this.
Yeah.
If we are here, then that means that this is over here. It's where the gelatinous cubes are. Yes, this one right here. And he points it out.
I'm sorry, your name?
My name.
Dawson.
I am Jake.
I am Dawson of the Creek.
My name is Jack. And I
Beautiful.
used to live in Seraphor. But that's a story for another time.
Most definitely is. Bhranti, chosen of Mistra, the goddess of
Right.
magic.
Pleasure.
Well, okay, well, friends. Aren't you excited? Think of it this way, Diov. A lovely, large creature. I wonder all the things you'll learn from it.
Diav's like staff has just been crackling with magic since the rats started closing in around him, and he just takes a deep breath and it calms down. He just turns and walks out.
He's so melodramatic. Jack, thank you so much. Also, we found this in a cave. The frogs said that it was very desirable, perhaps a gift. And I will place it in front of him. I won't try to like touch him or anything, because clearly they're very jumpy. So I will place it in front of him. Our frog friends called it cave cheese, but it does seem to have replenishing magical abilities. If you are interested,
And it's definitely not poison.
and then Bhranti's like, "Oh, is it perhaps speciesist of me to assume that you would like cheese?"
Thank you. You can leave it there.
And then we walk out.
And you guys all walk out.
And then the rats just fuck up that pea.
All right, you guys exit and leave the cavern, at least the initial cavern, and you have a moment to yourselves. Do you say anything?
It was interesting. I couldn't imagine why the rats would be trapped down here. What do you think his story is? Oh, I'm so curious. I do love a good, I don't know, story of triumph or of misdeeds. Perhaps the people above are truly evil.
Everyone loves an underrat.
Right. Diov, look at you making jokes.
I mean, maybe
I've
they
heard-
just maybe they like the dark. I like the dark. Maybe there's something scaring them up closer to the light.
Well, he did say that they desired to be in the forest again.
I mean,
I
I've seen forest underground. You ever been to a mushroom forest?
I have not. But
They're
you're
they're lovely and they smell fantastic.
And all the girls love me.
Oh.
With a great quote from Firefly. When do we get to go to the crappy town where I'm a hero?
What is Muad doing right now?
It's a little suspicious of the rat.
Well, I think the rat was
Especially-
also a little suspicious of us.
Well, he did say he was from. He did say he was from the city above, originally, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
And he has an army of rats. And they're misplaced by a mysterious being. It just happens to be something they can't fight.
Right. Do you think that we're working for the bad guys? I feel like that happens a lot to me.
Yeah.
I mean, did they use a lot of double speech and progressively have more horns coming out of their heads as they got more important?
No, it didn't seem like that.
I've heard about rats like that.
What?
You
Some-
have?
Yeah, they're heard of that? Across the sea, run a shadowy cabal. Very drow-like.
Oh. I'm starting to remember now. Um, uh, do you not like trow?
I mean, I used to like them less. Now I mostly just, hate. I find as a general rule that all drow leadership is horrible. I mean, who has a spider god that's supposed to destroy the world? I mean, really.
Well, yes, I guess that is some drow, but not all drow. Not even really most drow.
Most of the drow I've met. Are you sure I traveled back to the correct realm? Because these don't sound like anything like the drow from my realm.
Yes, I think you have. I think we have. I think we have. Perhaps this is a different timeline. I haven't even thought of that.
Perhaps he hasn't spent much time on the Sword Coast either.
Sword Coast.
He's like, you mean the Rapier Coast? And then we find out that he's Kaelor from a different timeline.
You mean the Dagger Peninsula?
Sword Coast. All right. Our path is laid out for us, friends.
Given the purported danger of this beast, perhaps we should move as quietly as possible.
A good idea.
Yes, the famously stealthy giant metal man.
Yes. You know what, Bhranti? I am proud of you for that 17. I'll take the 17 for stealth. Beautiful, Montip.
I don't know what you expect from him. He's not.
No, I
stealthy.
don't. No, you're not, and that's okay.
Waiting on Diov and Kaelor.
I feel like Kaelor is the only one that's actually stealthy in our group.
He could just turn into a shadow, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. Yeah.
Because it's 24, right? You have advantage
Well,
on stealth.
Yes, as long as it's dark. Also, I can literally teleport from shadow to shadow.
I'm Batman.
So it's a DC 18. 2 of you passed, 2 of you failed. So I think we're gonna do a D100 and see what happens. Always rolling low tonight with the hundreds. All right.
I'm going to consider that a saving throw. Is that a pass or fail?
It's not a saving throw.
No.
Ah, Bean.
You guys travel for approximately a couple hours as you make your way downward throughout the Seraphor Plateau. As you get closer to the bottom, you can smell a lot of decay and bone as you come to an open section of the cavern where there are a lot of bones, either cracked open femurs, skulls just kind of lying around. You can see an opening to the southeast over here that has quite a lot of light and a lot of roots growing. And these roots, as you can see, well, you can't see, but you can see, your characters can see, they are growing at a rate of like an inch per hour. And it's actually kind of perceptible. These are very fast-growing roots. And you assume the plants outside also grow at a similar rate. Regardless, this room is wide open. You see that there are some like more parts beyond behind here. Like there's windows into another chamber like beyond what you can see in this room. But the thing that really stands out amongst all this refuse and bone is a small nest with a book in it. What do you all do?
Perception, I guess, to look around to see if I see any, like, first off, massive creature.
Sure.
Or maybe footprints of a massive creature.
Perception first for the active creature, survival for the passive.
Wow, great.
16, everything looks okay. It's quiet. You can hear maybe some stuff outside. As for the survival check, you definitely can see big motherfucking footprints. But even more curious is that the progression from the same footprints, same like, claws on the feet and whatnot, same like shape of the foot, the progression of the size. And you can track this. Maybe these tracks are about a month old. Something as small as, say, a big ape, a giant ape, and now has to be at least giant size, like storm giant size.
Diov, there is there's a spell that I remember studying with you long ago. It reduce, enlarge. Do you think perhaps that might be a spell book and somehow a creature has taught itself?
It's possible, but the limits of certain magical abilities would only limit it to doubling in size, perhaps. But if this has grown much larger than that, it wouldn't be any kind of magic that I'm aware of.
It has, yes.
It could also have something to do with the plants around here that grow suspiciously quickly. Perhaps the creatures eating the plants are gaining the plant's ability?
It's possible. Jackie, how long did it take us to walk over here?
How long did it take you to walk? About 2 hours.
Any living thing in the cavern.
Any living thing? What's the range?
Well, 60 feet dark vision with a coin kept out to my eye.
60 foot. Besides the occasional insect, no.
And where is the book located on this map?
I'd say like right here off to the side. You can see the bigger nest is like in the center right here. It's a very large divot in the ground, but there's a smaller nest over here that is where the book is. Much smaller.
Can I have Archimedes fly over and grab the book and bring it back?
Flies it through, and as soon as Archimedes grabs the book, you guys hear a grumbling growl. Archimedes quickly flies back with the book and drops it into Diov's hands. And at this point, you guys can see something through the window of a chamber beyond, probably around 70 feet away, and it peers through. And this is all that you see peering through. And I can do this. Eyes in the dark. And it's just peering through, waiting.
I wave at it.
It doesn't
Hello?
seem to respond. It just continues to growl. And it seems to be staring at Diov and the book.
Well,
Does
Dio?
the cover betray any purpose of the book?
This is what you see.
Jesse is killing me.
You do not read the text yet. You have to open the book to do that.
Okay. Just off of the title and or the person, especially given Diov's librarian history, can I make a history check on that?
Sure.
It's like a popular children's book. The monster is a child and is very upset that we've touched his things.
I have advantage on this as well.
I'd say this is probably one that you would not know about because it's a children's book, and you know it's a children's book. And I was going to put it at a DC 20. Again, it's a children's book. How many children's book has Diov probably read? Probably not a lot. So, yeah.
He does have advantage, so it's a 28.
It's a 28? Okay.
Yeah.
You would know it follows the adventures of Sir Squeaky as he braves. I have a description. Hold on, let me find it. Follow the daring exploits of a tiny mouse knight as he battles evil cats and explores hidden mouse kingdoms. Sir Squeaky the Brave by Brian Jacks.
Oh my gosh. Jax? Is that like the rat? Do you think he's the author of this book?
Very possible. Can I make a detect magic on the book real quick?
Sure. There is no magic, but it is very well used, I should mention. Like, there's fingerprints everywhere, there's dirt and stuff, but as you're doing all these things, you just hear the growling get louder and louder from this creature. It does not like you touching the book.
Dio. In your best narrator voice, start reading the book.
Perhaps one of the other boys here might be a little bit more eloquent.
I roll my eyes and I just snatch the book from him. And I will...
With my plus 0 performance, I'm trying.
Yeah, I know. I will start reading it like an excited parent would, a book that they really like and their kid really likes. Like, really getting into the scene of it all.
All right. Begin reading it then.
All right, I do. Oh, it's down there. Oh, God. In a peaceful realm of Mouse Hollow, where the meadows meet the starry sky, young Sir Squeaky, the brave, grew up without a father. His father had been a legendary mouse knight, known not only for his wisdom and kindness, but also for his love of music. He could play the sweetest tunes on his tiny violin, and his melodies could make even the grumpiest caterpillar tap their feet in delight. His music had the power to bring harmony to the entire forest. As I kind of finish the page, I will also like show the pictures like you would like a classroom of kids, you know?
Mm-hmm.
As she shows the pictures, I'll use minor illusion on the pictures to make it look like they're moving.
Give me a performance check with advantage.
Bhranti?
Bhranti, yeah. Is Kaelor using shadow puppetry?
Yes, I would.
All right. I'll give you a +2 to your performance on top of the advantage.
Yes! Okay. Okay. Actually, I forgot that night. 30.
Yep. Looks good. You can see the growling has stopped. You may continue reading.
Okay. But before Sir Squeaky was born, tragedy struck. His father had been attending the Great Cheese Festival, a grand event where mice from all over the land came together to celebrate their love for cheese. It was there that the fateful accident occurred. Someone had given his father a piece of cheese that had turned sour, leading to his ultimate demise. Shows picture. As Sir Squeaky grew older, he became consumed by a burning desire for vengeance. He believed that someone must be held responsible for his father's unfortunate fate. His little heart was filled with anger, and he yearned for the day when he could confront the mouse responsible for the spoiled cheese and make them pay for their actions. Sir Squeaky had meticulously planned to track down the mouse responsible for the poisoned cheese. He envisioned himself confronting the culprit, demanding answers, and seeking retribution. He even practiced challenging speeches and daring stances in the mirror of his cozy burrow, ready to deliver them with unwavering determination. One bright morning, as Sir Squeaky pondered his plans for revenge under the shade of a mushroom, his dear friend, Lilybell, and I realized that the page is ripped.
Diov, you've heard of this story before, and I sent you a Discord message.
Right.
At this point, at the transition, the Grendelkin steps out very slowly, not as fierce looking as this picture, but this is what you see as it steps out and sits down crisscross applesauce. Still in like a growly sort of mood, but also curious.
Will telepathically say to Diov, Diov, do you know the rest of this book? Please tell me.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna forward this to Ree.
Mm-hmm.
Because what Diov does is he hands her another book that when she picks it up is blank, but he keeps one finger on the corner edge, and he's gonna use his elective studies ability and his eidetic memory to basically use his memory of the reading of the book as the words begin to flutter across the empty page.
Hell yeah. His dear friend, Lilybell, the ladybug, fluttered down to his side, her delicate wings shimmered like rainbows in the sunlight. Squeaky, Lilybell said gently, I know the pain you carry in your heart, but I also know that revenge will not heal your wounds. It will only darken your spirit. Sir Squeaky thought conflicted, replied, Lilybell, I must do this for my father's honor. I cannot let the one responsible go unpunished. Lilybell sighed and spoke from her heart. Squeaky, your father was a mouse of great wisdom. He would not want his memory to be tainted by vengeance. The only way to truly honor him is through forgiveness. Sir Squeaky hesitated, his tiny fists clenched. But how can I forgive when my heart aches with anger and sadness? Lilybell landed softly on his shoulder and said, Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means letting go of the pain and anger that weighed you down. By forgiving, you free yourself from the darkness that vengeance brings. Only then can you love and live fully. Tears wells up in Sir Squeaky's eyes as he realizes the truth in Lilybell's words. He nodded slowly and said, You are right, Lilybell. I will let go of my desire for vengeance and find a way to forgive. With those words, a burden was lifted from Sir Squeaky's heart, and he felt a newfound lightness. He knew that his father would be proud of his decision. And as he looked up at the vast sky, he knew that he could finally begin his own journey as a mouse of bravery, wisdom, and forgiveness.
You see the Grendelkin, if it could smile, kind of give a little smirk and go, big thunderous claps as he and then he says, the Grendelkin, do any of you understand giant?
Oh, buddy. Proficient?
I do!
Nice.
Sorry.
Again.
Okay. Do you have any other books that you like?
He looks around. There's none.
Okay. I'll read it again. I would like to not have to actually read it again.
No, you have to. It's required.
No.
Fine.
No. I will read it again and kind of just like inch our way closer to him just to kind of close the distance and try and figure out what the hell this thing is.
Diov, Kaelor, and Muad, you guys, as you get a little bit closer, can see it is a very, very muscular type creature. And on its body, especially its chest, are these runes, these runic-like arcane symbols that are tattooed or even inscribed, like it looks like scar tissue, all over its body, and they are gently glowing. Massive horns, red eyes, sharp teeth, sharp claws. This thing is a death machine. Yeah, Bhranti continues to read. Yep, go ahead, Muad.
I was gonna say, can I study the runes if they're?
Give me an Arcana check.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to like keep him distracted and happy and kind of interested in me, so like everybody else can kind of fucking figure out what's going on, what this thing is.
As you also figure this out, Bhranti, you also kind of realize this thing is fucking massive and scary as hell, but it's juvenile. It is in essence like a baby or toddler. Yeah, it is very much like that. And as for Muad with that Arcana check, these are eldritch arcane symbols. Something from the far beyond. Something not of this world by any means. This is, and you would actually probably be the most familiar with this because of your Pact magic. This would be, you would know that this is kind of similar in ways. You make your deal with your devil, but it almost looks like power from eldritch beings from far beyond.
Rolling?
In Giant, after I finish the book again and we clap or whatever, I say Bhranti, and then I point to him.
And he points back at you. Mama?
Bhranti, and I point to him.
Mama.
Oh, um, my guess is that he must have accidentally ended up here. Clearly he is desiring some nurturing. So I will kind of. Bronte is brave but not stupid, so she's not gonna like do anything that would hurt herself or get herself injured, but she will kind of just walk up to him since he's sitting crisscross applesauce, and she'll just kind of like start brushing some of the hair on him to like he clearly is in dire need of some nurturing.
Funny thing,
Mhm.
his hair is very well kept. It looks like someone was brushing it or keeping it like there's no ticks, there's no insects. It's very well groomed. It's very well brushed. There's no knots. Everything is trimmed. Trimmed. It's not like end hair follicle. It is cut hair follicles.
Interesting.
Oh god, this thing might have a mother nearby.
Well, the good thing we haven't harmed him then. Um, I mean, it's really hard to speak to a baby. I'm gonna do my best, in like babish, like baby talk, giant, giant baby talk, and like try and figure out, where's home. Home's not here, and I use my facial expressions to really kind of try and convey. And also, I talk a lot with my hands, almost like I'm using baby sign language.
As you say home, he gets close to the nest right here and like does one of those circles and then sits down on all of his limbs and like, oh.
Oh, what a sweet boy. Good job. You are
As
so smart.
the Grendelkin looks at Diov, who looks like you are in front of the doorway to the outside, and you can see the Grendelkin is like getting nervous and looking back at you, at Bronte, and looking back at Diov, and looking outside, and just feeling very, very nervous.
I'll move
But
away from the
It's okay. It's okay.
you hear
Uh,
a very loud as like a hunger strikes this creature, and
no.
it like touches its belly and uh looks to you, eat, and it gets up and
Hungry.
begins walking out toward the
No, no, no,
jungle.
no. Come, come. I will create food and water.
How much does that create?
I think I like a lot. Hold on.
100
I think it's
pounds.
like 30.
Like yeah, it's like
Yeah.
100 pounds. Create.
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons. So it's snack time.
I can do it a couple times because
They're just giant animal crackers and
you.
juice
Oh
boxes.
my god, I love that. 40 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water. So it would be enough to sustain up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24 hours.
All right, this thing is very large. I think that it would definitely be a good snack. This creature would
I'll cast
probably.
it twice for him
All right.
just to make sure. And since it's bland and tasteless, I will sacrifice my cave cheese and add it to like the food for him so it tastes better.
Okay. As this creature feeds, and it eats it in pretty much like 3 gulps. It's like insane. Um, it feels comforted. It goes back to its nest and lays down and kind of puts its head down, and you see its eyes get real droopy.
Oh, sleepy boy. Bhranti is gonna do her best to like tuck him in, but like obviously the nest I'm assuming is made out of like just like materials found in trees and bushes. So she'll just kind of try and fluff it around the sides so he gets nice and cozy.
Mhm.
And then I kind of like walk over and be like, okay, now clearly this thing's mother is either missing or dead. They didn't say there was two.
Can I check specifically for other footprints?
Yeah, that's what I was going to.
Since someone, yeah, because someone's grooming this thing.
You do find other boot prints, yes.
And they're humanoid size, I assume.
They are humanoid size.
Can I tell if they're female or male footwear?
The boots. I mean, is there a difference between female and male boots? I don't think so.
I think men generally
They-
have wider.
Yeah,
Feet.
women tend to have.
Yeah, I
Female.
guess you would know it would be female. Yeah. Oh wait, are we not allowed to say females anymore? It would be a woman's shoe.
Women presenting.
Women
A
presenting.
A
lady.
femme presenting.
Is it around the same size as the were-rat feet?
No, definitely not. Definitely a little bit bigger.
So somebody else is taking care of this creature, which means somebody humanoid, probably someone from up above, knows that this creature exists.
Or there are more people living out in the jungle than they're willing to admit.
Where do the tracks come from? From the outside or from the caves?
Jungle.
Yep.
Interesting. The plot thickens. Well, now
Can I
what? We've
poke
made
my
this
head out?
docile. We could leave.
As you poke your head out, again, the roots and the plants, they seem to be growing like ridiculously fast. Still slow, yes, but still way faster than normal plants would. And as you stick your head out, it's a very thick canopy, and it's very hot and humid. But you hear all sorts of noises from the jungle that you've heard when you first teleported here. What else are you trying to garner?
There's like bones and like dead stuff in here, right?
Yeah.
Can I look around for scraps of cloth or stuff that would identify one of the bodies as being from the city?
So you're trying to identify if the bones were humanoid or if they were other creatures from the jungle.
Specifically, the people who went down on the jungle gondola. thing.
Line. Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh boy.
Also,
Oh no.
I would think that now would be a good time to maybe go back to the Rat King and tell him our finding. Again, if I remember correctly, my survival when I came in here, you said that the large footprints look like they've been there for like a month.
Yeah, they went from small to medium to large all in the course of about a month, but it started about a month ago.
So like this baby is growing very fast.
Stupidly fast.
Okay.
And it obviously didn't inscribe runes on itself.
Right. Okay. This is so bizarre and very interesting.
So no dice on the investigation.
13. You see carnivores, you see herbivores, you see all sorts of different creatures of the jungle, whether they are aquatic or just like roamers or whatnot. No humanoid, no cloth, nothing like that. All jungle beasts.
Can I could I do an Arcana on the runes that are inscribed to see if there would be any way to dispel them or to reverse the changes that have happened?
Sure. Give me an Arcana check. The DC is 40.
Can I
Oh my
assist
God.
with that?
Of course, yeah.
I would have to.
proficient.
I would have to get a natural 20, or that would be a 38. So I can't beat a 40.
Guidance.
Hey, could you guide
37.
me?
No way.
I will.
Oh,
Hang on a second.
You would garner a lot of information, though. You would know that they are incredibly powerful, epic in nature, and you would know that this creature will continue to grow larger, and it seems like this creature obeys an individual. One individual, the individual who writes these inscriptions. Where that individual got these inscriptions that are ancient and very powerful and very impressive remains. It must be an insane magic user, either an insane researcher or someone who is making deals with real sketchy deities.
and at its rate of growth, I mean, will it be able to even leave through the cavern door in the next month or so, or will it end up having to like go up through the mountain?
It will definitely not be able to go up through. It already cannot go up through the mountain. It's already way too big. It will be able to leave through the entrance, and you could already actually see signs where like its horns were scratching on the walls and whatnot. It was like maybe clumsy or something, or
Learning
where
to
like
walk.
learning to walk, yeah. Or you see like places where it was digging right at the entrance to like make a cold sink and whatnot, or even water sink. And you would know that this creature would probably be fine, but yeah, they would only be able to go back into the jungle. They would never be able to go back up through the caverns because they're just too narrow.
You said there was 2 nests, correct?
One for the big boy and one for someone really small, about your size, Bhranti.
Okay. Can I look through the Bhranti size nest to
Sure.
see if I can gather any information about it?
Go ahead and
there's
give me an
like anything,
investigation.
yeah, if there's like anything left behind, or I don't know.
Or with that.
Thank you. Please do.
Yes.
Investigation is not my strong suit. 15. Oh, I can guide myself. God damn it.
Go ahead, guide.
18.
You find a slightly broken vial. This vial is glass of very high quality, like exceptional quality, and it has remnants, like lingering smell of a potion within it that has long since been drank or spilled.
I will. I guess I could look at it. Is there like any like dried remnants of what used to be in it?
I'd give a medicine or Arcana check to figure it out.
Let's see. Which one's better? Medicine or Arcana? They're the same. Arcana, I think, makes more sense.
You know this to be a potion of supreme healing.
Oh,
But of like the highest quality. So this is not made by an average alchemist. This is a master.
And same with the glass. The glass is like high quality. This isn't your typical run of the mill potion shop. This is someone who really
Is
knows
a
their
true
stuff.
artisan. Yeah.
Yes.
Bhranti is whispering because there is a baby sleeping. Um, but perhaps the caretaker was injured or has just been recently out. There is I kind of show Diov the vial. I believe that this once carried quite an excellent potion.
What are our options here? We return to the Rat King and he leads a horde of an army of rats into a sleeping giant's cage, probably wiping them all out, or severely injuring this child, or we go out to the jungle blindly and look for its mother.
Oh,
Say we wait till baby wakes up, ask him a question or two, and then maybe try and convince him to help us search.
I find it very hard to believe if this creature's mother has been back here recently, it would attach itself so quickly to me.
Well, its hair is still well groomed, so
That
couldn't
is
be
true.
that long.
And if everything about him grows fast, I would assume so does his fingernails and hair.
Perhaps you look like his mother. Also, when you're that
Interesting.
big, perhaps we all look a little bit the same.
That's also fair. Maybe my voice reminds him of his mother, or
From Dia's point of
the
view, is definitely him.
it could also
You
be
have
even
horns.
the way I read his favorite story to him. I also think the story is quite interesting. Why do you think the last pages were ripped out of it? It's like whoever wanted this child to love the story didn't want to hear the positive ending.
And did perhaps this creature is being used for someone's revenge?
I
I
hate to
mean,
think that.
do you think this could possibly, be some sort of secret weapon for a certain cheese-loving people?
The frogs.
No, the rat.
Maybe the Rat King is the Rat Queen.
Yeah, I mean, it could have. The rat could have sent us down here expecting us to be eaten. Didn't realize that.
But
I love children.
his entire troops were angry and frustrated they couldn't come out this way, out into the jungle anymore, because this thing had taken up residence here. That's why they've been reaching the upper floors of the plateau, is because they can no longer get outside.
I mean, maybe that's what the king wants.
Kings are very tricky people.
No,
Does
I don't know.
Bhranti have horns, perchance?
Horns? No.
Hmm.
Bronte is Kalishtar. She looks mostly human, besides her eyes are all black. And she also looks very pale, almost like a slight gray tone to her skin. Ooh, perhaps it's a changeling. I get confused for those sometimes.
Or a ghost.
Well, I was kind of suspecting the lady with horns that we met when we first got
The
here.
Minotaur.
Yeah, since she does come out into the jungle, especially with the recent, I guess, tragedy.
Jesse, she wasn't wearing boots, though. She would have had hooves, correct?
Let me think. She is a minotaur, so she would have hooves.
So, retrospectively, are there tiny hooves marks on the ground?
I would say yes.
Ah!
I would say Lucy got some explaining to do.
Sure. Hmm. Well, if anything, she'll be back here, right?
We wait outside and hopefully not wake the Grendel when she's here.
We could just return up top.
And be like, hey, bitch, what's up with the large baby down there? Also, what if that cable accident wasn't an accident? What if she caused it so the baby could feed?
I didn't believe we found any remnants of human remains down here.
When his eyes were glazed over when he was searching. But well, maybe she couldn't find the bodies and bring them back. Because I assume the baby, just kind of, run around and find whatever he can eat, not necessarily go where mommy tells you to find food.
Right, I mean, he did say that, or he did try to leave to eat, but I fed him momentarily.
Bhranti, do you have the ability to send a message?
Yes.
Perhaps we should let her know that we wish to parley.
Okay. Yes, okay, sending. Okay. I will cast sending to this baby's actual mom. What's her name?
Minotaura, the
Oh,
Flame
yes.
Queen.
Minotaura. Bhranti here. We have encountered your baby. Baby is in like quotation marks. I have fed him and put him to bed. Wanna come by? XOXO Gossip Girl.
You wait a moment. You wait a minute. You wait 10 minutes. No response.
Well, she's either trying hard to get or she's dead.
We just found a bioweapon in the basement.
I fear that if we leave and this thing wakes up with nobody here, he will be very upset. And something tells me we really do not want this thing to be upset.
Take a short rest.
I was going to say, if you want, I feel safe in my ability to stay here by myself. If you would like to go parley with the Rat King.
What if his mother returns as we're gone?
And then you better keep your message ears on.
It takes 2 hours to get here.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, you could just message the Rat King.
Oh, all right. Sending again.
I could also teleport us, but it does take high levels of magic.
I have a feeling we should maintain those high-level magics for ourselves. Okay. Sending again. Hello, Jack. Bhranti. We have found the large creature. It is only a child, and I believe Minotaura has been caring for it. Thoughts? XOXO Gossip Girl.
For the sake of the story, her name is Mordok Ironhorn.
Okay, sorry, thank you.
It's fine. You claim that this beast is asleep now? Why don't you strike it and kill it where it is? It does not belong in this world.
As it's a baby.
Um,
If you were sent back in time to kill your most evil dictator, would you do it if they were a baby?
no.
Are they a drow?
Lord Fittler, yes. We
Diov, you seem to have known something about this creature. Do you think, is it from this place? Is it natural here? Or is it from a different realm or world?
can I tell anything about this creature? Like, looking at this creature, trying to decipher the Eldritch runes, and then like backwards processing what this creature would have looked like prior to its transformation. Does it look like it was like a baby orc that got transformed, or a baby minotaur?
With the amount of time that you've had thus far, I would agree with that. You would be able to figure out that yes, this may have been a baby minotaur. I will also say that you would know that its armor class is 22. You would know its hit points are 1,404. You would know its strength is a 32 or plus 11. Dex looks to be around 18 or plus 4. Con is a 28 or a plus 9. Int is a 14 or a plus 2. Wisdom is a 24 or a plus 7. And Charisma is an 8 or a negative 1.
Okay.
I feel like charisma and intelligence should have been swapped.
I have the stat block for the adult one, not the baby, but I'm just going to give you the adult one because why not? This thing's going to be growing really fast.
Oh god. Okay, so I will message back to Boy Wonder here. It is only a child. It has been mutated by magic. If we don't find the creator, they could always make another. XOXO gossip.
You continue your investigation. I will look for other ways out and assume that your help has been worthless thus far.
I will not dignify that with a response.
Or a spell slot.
Or a spell slot. Well, the Rat King seems to be unimpressed with our abilities and has decided that if we are basically too chicken shit to kill a baby, which I feel is the opposite of what he is implying, that we are therefore useless to him. Which, everywhere I go, I try to make friends, and every time people don't like me. I don't understand. However, this baby's true mother still hasn't responded. Do you think I should nag her again?
I was thinking we shouldn't have contacted her in the first place.
Oh.
We've kind of shown our hand there, haven't we?
Does anyone have like a spell or something that like locks things away for a very long time?
Oh,
I can banish a creature, but I don't believe this creature is from a different realm.
Ooh, I have a Jesse, I have a question.
Yes.
Would polymorph and then banishing a creature, say like I turned a rat into a fiend and then banished the polymorphed rat, would that count for?
No, unfortunately, no. Good thought, though. Good thought.
And I would be remiss to think that those infernal markings might have some effect on its form being immutable.
that is fair.
We figure out like exactly what the carving or the runes are. Like, is it like, I don't know, like
Like a
additional
contract?
carry weight? Yeah, something like that.
From what Diov was able to garner from them, it would be like enhancements. They would be eldritch enhancements for strength, dexterity, constitution, etc. Fast growing, extreme claws, very sharp horns, very, very, very impressive skin that is damage immune to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-epic sources. And yeah,
Which is
so
us. So like likened to like a rune knight's weapon. They can add runes to it to give it special properties. Well, it's a shame. I don't wish to harm the child, but clearly it can't stay here.
I believe we should wait till the child wakes up so it doesn't feel abandoned,
Agreed.
and return to the city above to garner more information about this Mordak character and what would motivate her to create such an infernal pact. One is not gifted this type of magic for free. Believe me.
I mean, obviously we didn't spend a lot of time with her, so I understand that the answer to this is no. But do I remember, especially considering my divine nature and all, do I remember seeing her like any kind of symbol on her besides one that like represents the plateau?
Yes. You do recall seeing the symbol of the Council of Five on her emblem, along with the same dude, Drakareth. He is also a member of the Council of Five.
So she's a leader who has a nuke. That's not good.
I don't know how long would it take for us to get to the surface?
If Diov used teleport, 10 seconds.
We want to take this sweet bouncing baby boy with us.
I have a feeling that would be a bad idea.
Well, I mean, not in its current form.
I don't.
And then, worst comes to worst, just kind of throw him off the side.
Absolutely not, Audit. What kind of deviousness are you after? This creature has done nothing except to be used as a pawn in somebody's sick game, more than likely. Even politics, which, if we're being honest, it could go without all politicians.
Well, We could also bring him up there and, give him to an orphanage or find him adoptive parents who aren't going to use him to destroy civilization. Maybe.
Where exactly do you think somebody's going to house a baby of this size?
I don't know, an arena? Maybe.
Oh my
A zoo?
god.
Is there a gargant rescue farm somewhere?
A farm of state.
Something tells me probably not. Okay, well,
What if we adopted him?
I would be happy to adopt a baby, but unfortunately, as a guardian of Mishra, it is my sacred journey to continue on as a celibate leader of our people. So,
What does adoption have to do with celibacy?
oh well, I'm not allowed to distractions, aka babies.
Kaelor knows a lot about celibacy.
Voluntary.
Are you sure we're from the right realm? Because, I thought celibacy had to do with the, I do the old finger hole gesture, and then I'm like, and then I do the scissoring gesture.
I am celibate in the traditional way, as well as in the way that I must focus on my studies and saving people. But
Well.
yes, no, I do not have sex, if that is what you are asking.
Adopt them, and we can.
So your celibacy is no baby making and no babies.
Correct.
Oh.
Well, this was awkward. Thank you for this exchange.
You're welcome.
Kaelor's got
Well-
massive weird uncle vibe. Oh, that's just Kaelor. It's my uncle.
You don't get too close to him. He'll sniff you. It's real weird.
And don't eat his gummies either.
Off his mom, so we got to do something with them.
Right. Let us should we perhaps is there a way for us to gather food for him when he arouses? I have a feeling I get peckish when I awoken. Something tells me he will be too.
You want to go outside and kill a Tyrannosaurus Rex and bring it back in here for him?
Diov, sometimes your snarkiness really
Oh, that
gets
was
to my
that was an actual. Never mind.
I mean,
Making it an executive decision. We're gonna polymorph them.
I don't think that'll work, but
I was just gonna throw him into the jungle. Listen, we need to do something with him. We can't leave him because we tipped off his mom, so that kind of pushes plans forward. The Rat King's either gonna come down and try to kill him, or something's gonna happen. We gotta deal with this. We either gotta take him with us, throw him out into the jungle, or
Are you talking true polymorph?
no, regular polymorph.
Well, you can only transform into a beast. You know that.
Yeah. Wait, no, equal or less than.
Alright, maybe I'm mistaking. I thought polymorph could only go to beast.
No. Yeah, any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less. So what? Like a cat? Cat's a beast.
A rat is a beast.
Is the Oh, I guess technically Jurassic would have a lower challenge rating, wouldn't it?
oh, I know. Bhranti starts like ripping pieces of cloth off of her own outfit, and picks up any like dented metal that she can find to make as close to a tiny outfit that matches Sir Squeaky the Brave.
Okay.
Working hard. Yeah.
And then you polymorph him into a mouse, which he might be more amenable to. That way he can look like Sir Squeaky the Brave.
May I suggest, if we are going to go through this ridiculous plan, that we wait until he wakes up and perhaps Bhranti convinces him that this will be fun rather than trying to do it while he's sleeping?
Oh,
I mean-
I assumed we were going to wake him up or have him wake up.
I mean, he might just think he was in a dream.
I don't want to gamble on that.
Well, it's a gamble if you do it while he's sleeping, because then his subconscious defenses take over.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Alright, so wait for him to wake up. Polymorph
Yeah.
into Sir Squeaky.
And then I will show him Sir Squeaky and be like, and I will hopefully be able to persuade him into trying on the new outfit I made.
Muad would like to look at the outfit, make sure it's gonna hold up.
All right.
He's
It
Uh,
looks.
Well, he's proficient in Smith tools, so hey, he's got to do modifications on the fly.
That's true. That is true.
I've even kind of like ripped off a little piece of my own scale mail that I don't wear anymore to create like a chest piece for the outfit.
All right. You guys sit around and discuss this and wait for about 4 to 5 hours.
Short rest.
At around, yep, you may take a short rest. You are welcome to take a short rest. At around that time, you guys were kind of maybe even dozing off yourselves, but you're still awake. And Bhranti, your passive perception is what, a 28?
Something of that nature, yeah. 29.
You notice, first thing you notice is the ears of the Grendelkin begins to like perk up. The creature's still asleep, but they perk up and the snoring stops. And you can hear the faintest but the highest pitch whistling sound coming from the jungle.
Kaelor?
With a start, the creature jumps up, looks around, and quickly begins heading towards the jungle very fast. What are you guys doing?
Chasing after it, I suppose.
Polymorph.
Uh,
I'm
You're
going
gonna try and
balls to the wall
polymorph him?
here. Yeah.
All right, what's the save?
23. Wisdom.
Wisdom. He has plus 17.
oh god.
22.
Oh!
Yeah.
Mythic resistance.
Oh, balls.
And they are going
So
to
sneaky!
continue as they rush after that whistling sound. Unless someone else has something else, you all have a turn.
Oh, okay. All right. Does it have anything on him, like a necklace, beads in its hair, anything like that?
Not really.
No object.
Loincloth.
Not really. It's all hair, fur.
Okay.
Tiny blankie.
Yuck is out.
No binky. While Kaelor's thinking, Bhranti, Diov.
Oh, no, that doesn't really work because that's to another plane of existence. Does anybody have a silence spell?
Nope.
I was gonna say I don't think I have silence either. Oh, I do! Oh my god! I'm gonna cast silence around his ears.
What is the range on that, and how far does it go?
120 feet. And then it's a 20-foot radius sphere. So 40-foot sphere just around his head just to stop the whistling. And it's a concentration up to 10 minutes.
Does it travel with him?
I don't think so. No, it just is within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range.
Doesn't say it moved.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I will still allow it, and we'll see what happens. Diov,
Okay.
Kaelor, anything else?
All I had was darkness, but I can't keep that moving with him unless there's some object with him.
Yeah, my thought was I cast silence around him and then telekinetically I just go, sweet boy, I have a gift for you. So Squeaky's outfit.
All right. After you casted silence and all of you went for one round. Of course, it's a high roll now. The Grendelkin is going to continue heading outside of your 20-foot radius. It's practically its whole body. It has to take like one step just to get out of it. In essence, it was like tinnitus for a moment, and then it just kept going. And
yeah, I was just trying to like knock him out of it so it would be like just confusing enough that he's like, what the hell? Where did it go? Okay, well, I suppose this means we must follow him, yes?
Kaelor, did you have some kind of locating option?
No.
Right,
Not really.
Let's get the fuck out of here then.
Okay. I know I have locate person. I don't think I have locate creature though.
You minotaurs are people.
with that,
Miniatures are people too.
you guys debate what you want to do, whether that's into the jungle or back the way you came, but that is a perfect place for us to stop.
Dun dun dun.
Whew. You guys
Nice.
have learned a lot, made some assumptions. Whether they're right or wrong, we will find out later. The next time on D&D. If you are still watching, we appreciate it. You're welcome to join our Discord. Please, if you want, you can ask us any questions and anything like that. Again, we are doing a level 21 through 30 campaign. This is the beginning of said campaign, and we shall see where this leads. Anything else from anyone else?
We're 22?
No.
Damn it.
Rats are kind of mean. What the hell? That's all.
I mean, they're better than the Skaven. I was expecting them to be more Skaven-like. And... because those things are horrific.
Fair.
All right.
Don't
well,
kill
good.
babies.
Yeah, don't kill babies, even if
Kick
it's
the
baby
baby.
Hitler. All right. Good night, everyone.